Okay, so you press Shift A to add in a cube or any other shape. I prefer just using a cube because it has, well, a manageable amount of geometry. So then we go to user preferences, we search for the cloud generator because, yeah, that's the add-on that we mostly need for this tutorial. Let me just go down into the create section. Let me just drag some of the stuff down below so you can see the create tab a bit better. And I'll just scroll down and there'll be an option for the cloud generator. Then I can pick which sort of cloud I want. And you can also use the search feature, that also works. But for this tutorial, mostly we're using the cloud generator feature. So you just press the generate button and then you have, you know, your cloud, your volumetric cloud. But because it's a volumetric cloud, it does take a while to render, even in the preview render, unless of course you have a, you know, beefy computer, which I do not have a beefy computer. So you can change the type of cloud that's there, you can degenerate, and you can generate the cloud over and over again. As you can see, it's there. Let me just try a different type of cloud. It's right there. Let me just degenerate again and try another type of cloud once more so you can see the variation again. It's loading a bit. Taking a bit of a while to render. Should I even bother waiting for the preview render to render? Okay. Yeah. So yeah, for the most part, let me just delete that and just start over. Let me just go into solid mode so you can see visually. Oh yeah, you can also add in multiple shapes at a time and then press the generate cloud button once you've got the multiple shapes selected. And then, you know, it gives you one bounding box. So if you're trying to reduce the amount of objects in your scene, this is one method of doing it. You just combine a bunch of clouds into one, you know, bounding box for your volumetrics or whatever. Look at that. It even works even in the preview rendered mode. So let me just delete all that. Just press Shift A. I need to bring back the camera. Let me reposition the camera. Shift A, cube. Just generate another cloud. Yeah, now as you can see, you can actually have it generate multiple clouds with just one click. That's a little trick that most people want to teach you about because, well, rendering even a single cloud takes so much time that most people don't use the render multiple clouds trick. So you can even stretch it out on the X, Y, and Z axis to customize your cloud a bit more. Of course, the more space your cloud takes up, the more time it will take to render. So right now I've checked on border select so that it only renders the stuff that's within the borders for my preview render, but even that's not even helping that much. Just gonna add another cube, generate a cloud on that one because I want to have a scene where there are various clouds in front of each other. So I'm just gonna scale that one out on the X, drag it down a bit, add another cube to turn into a cloud. Once more, we just do a bit of positioning, scaling a bit on the X-axis, and then I can just select the cloud I want and then just press the generate button. It's pretty convenient that this add-on comes inbuilt to Blender, but it's kind of a shame that it's one of those add-ons that by default is disabled. So if you add a sun lamp, that actually affects the way the clouds look. So one way to make it more significant, wait, first of all let me just move this up a bit. One way to make it more significant is to change the amount of light emitted from the sun and the color, which I'll demonstrate as soon as I'm done moving about these clouds, positioning them. Yeah, so now I've selected the sun. I'm just gonna move it a bit, and now I'm going to go into this tab over here. I'm going to change it to become a bit more yellow so it becomes more prevalent, easier to see that it's actually affecting the stuff in the scene. Yeah, so now you can see that the clouds went from just basic white with some blue to yellow and kind of white, which makes the clouds a whole lot more interesting than they were before. Yeah, so I'm just gonna press render. Okay, fine. So I tried to render out the entire thing and it was just taking forever, so I just cancelled the render. But as you can see, even though I was only rendering around 50%, well, okay, yeah, well, not really 50%, but like near 50%, whatever. The point is, you can see that there's quite a fair amount of detail. If I was rendering at a higher resolution, it would show so much more detail and look so much better. Yep. Yeah, so I'm just gonna cancel that render over there. I'm gonna try reducing the size that has to be rendered out. Maybe that'll help in rendering out a preview image faster. Oh yeah, definitely reducing the resolution did help me render out a preview image a whole lot faster. But the problem is that right now, as you can tell, there's a lot of noise in the scene that is right there. But hey, this is what it looks like when it's rendered with a bit more detail, but it's not yet finished. This is what it looks like when it's fully rendered, but this is without all the detail, whatever.